Good morning to all of you. We were doing the chapter impact of British rule on India, and we have seen lots of things about that. How could this education under the British rule has changed the Indian peripheral, in the social, in the religious, in the education, in every parts of our society. We have seen the impact of British English education in all parts of our life, isn't it? And yesterday we were discussing about the positive impact of British system of education and negative impact of the British system of education. Have you remembered this? And you have also written some of the points regarding this. Have you written yesterday?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
We have
Yes,
also
ma'am.
written, we were also discussing about the Wood Dispatch of 1854, isn't it? Which was started by Charles Wood in 1854. Wood Dispatch was started by
Charles Wood.
Word.
Charles
Charles
Wood.
Wood.
which year? 1854. For what purpose? What was the purpose for dispatching Wood's dispatch? To make a major changes in the education system.
Education policy.
Policy of the British, in which that separate department for education were made, under which the university set up was in the presidency towns like Bombay and Calcutta, isn't it? And 1 lakh some amount was censored for the education. This was the things. Now, we were talking about the Lord Curzon. He was the Viceroy of India at that time, and he revised the whole system of education because he believed that education institution in India were producing a political revolutionaries. With this view, the Indian University Act of 1904 was passed to check the growth of higher education in India, and it annoyed the Indians. Yeah, good morning to all of you. I was talking about the Lord Curzon. He was the viceroy of that time. ये viceroy थे उस वक्त, और yes, good morning. और इन्होंने ये decide किया कि हमारे English education के बाद में इंडिया में बहुत सारे revolutionaries पैदा हो रहे हैं. Revolutionaries means what? क्रांतिकारी. Revolutionaries किसको बोलते हैं?
क्रांतिकारी.
क्रांतिकारी को बोलते हैं. तो लॉर्ड कर्जन, हाँ, लॉर्ड कर्जन ने ये देखा कि जैसे जैसे इंग्लिश एजुकेशन हो रहा है वैसे वैसे हमारे देश में, ये इंडिया में बहुत सारे क्रांतिकारी भी आ रहे हैं सामने, क्रांतिकारी बन रहे हैं इंग्लिश एजुकेशन के बाद में, रेवोल्यूशनरीज. ठीक है, इसलिए इन्होंने एक यूनिवर्सिटी एक्ट लाया 1904 में. कौन सा एक्ट लाया? Underline that. Page number 136, you are going to underline. Lord Curzon has brought a University Act of 1904, under which he wanted to check the Indian educated people who has got English education from the universities. कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ के निकले हैं? ठीक है, क्योंकि वो देख रहे हैं कि लगातार लोग रेवोल्यूशनरीज बन रहे हैं, क्रांतिकारी बन रहे हैं, तो अब उनको चेक करना जरूरी हो गया कि हाउ मेनी पीपल्स हैड टेकन द इंग्लिश एजुकेशन एंड हाउ मेनी दोज हु आर बिकमिंग द रेवोल्यूशनरीज, वेदर दे हैव टेकन द इंग्लिश एजुकेशन और नॉट. इफ दे आर टेकन इंग्लिश एजुकेशन, दैट मींस दे क्या हो रहे हैं? मेंटली दे आर बिकमिंग लिबरल, isn't it? After getting English education, they are becoming liberal from their mind and they have started working for their own country, isn't it? This was the thing by getting the English education. On the whole, university education in India was neglected by the British till Wardha education scheme. One Wardha scheme of education which was initiated by Gandhi ji. Wardha scheme of education was initiated by
गांधी जी.
And हाँ, till then, जब तक वर्धा स्कीम ऑफ एजुकेशन नहीं आया था, तब तक ब्रिटिशर्स they have neglected the Indian education. भारत में जो एजुकेशन प्रणाली है उसको पूरी तरह से ब्रिटिशर्स लोगों ने निग्लेक्ट किया था. Let's see what was Wardha scheme. Harshvardhan is there? Hello? Harshvardhan? हर्षवर्धन, हर्ष चंद्रा, जोया अख्तर, हर्ष चंद्रा, जोया अख्तर,
Yes, ma'am.
प्रखर कुमार, साहिल, Rabjot, Naveen, Prakash, all. So what was Bardha's scheme of education? It was initiated by Gandhi ji. You are going to underline it, page number 136, 1937. In 1937, Bardha's scheme of education was initiated by Gandhi ji, isn't it? Because he believed that English education created a sense of inferiority and developed a master slave mentally among the Indians. What does it mean? वर्धा स्कीम ऑफ एजुकेशन को इनिशिएटेड करने का सबसे बड़ा कारण गांधी जी का यही था कि उन्होंने ये देखा कि जो भी हमारे इंग्लिश एजुकेशन लेकर के ले रहे हैं लोग, उनके मन में कहीं ना कहीं इंफीरिटी आ रहा है, इंफीरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स आ रहा है. क्या आ रहा है?
इंफीरिटी
कॉम्प्लेक्स आ रहा है. हाँ, इंफीरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स आ रहा है. और ये ऐसे इंडियंस, दोज हु आर टेकिंग द इंग्लिश एजुकेशन, दे आर बिकमिंग मेंटली स्लेव्स. दे आर बिकमिंग मेंटली स्लेव्स. मतलब समझ रहे हैं? हाँ, दिमागी रूप से वो ब्रिटिश के गुलाम बनते जा रहे हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने देखा कि जब वो इंग्लिश एजुकेशन ले रहे हैं तो उनको हर वो काम करना पड़ रहा है जो ब्रिटिश कह रहे हैं. क्योंकि जब वो एजुकेशन ले ले तो उनको ये लग रहा है कि नहीं, अब जो ब्रिटिश हमें एजुकेशन दे रहे हैं तो अब वो जो भी बात बोल रहे हैं वो सही बोल रहे हैं. So they are becoming mentally slaves. So this was the concern for the Vardha scheme of education by the Gandhi ji. So a national education system was proposed and would inculcate the morals like truth, goodness, justice, a sense of self-respect and dignity among the Indian masses. So in Vardha scheme of education, Gandhi ji, he proposed to inculcate the education related to moral value. Underline karo, related to, Vardha scheme of education was related to Gandhi ji's national education system. It was related to, underline, national educational system in which a proposal was given to inculcate the moral like truth. ऐसी नैतिक शिक्षा जो ट्रुथ पे आधारित हो, सच्चाई पे आधारित हो. नैतिक शिक्षा हम पाठ पढ़ते हैं ना मोरल साइंस में.
यस मैम.
तो उसमें हम क्या देखते हैं? हम यही देखते हैं कि truth is the most important, which gives us the moral value, goodness, है ना, justice and sense of self-respect. Sense of
Self-respect.
And dignity among the masses. One should have the self-respect. My dear student, if you talk about the national education system initiated by Gandhi ji, which totally was related to moral education, yes, truth, goodness, justice, and sense of self-respect. Isn't it? Do you believe in all this, all of you? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe in
Yes,
all
ma'am.
this? What?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you
Yes,
know the
ma'am.
meaning of all this word? Harsh Chandra. Okay, Harsh Chandra is there. So this was the thing. Now we'll see, in 1943, the British appointed John Sargent. British appointed
John
John
Sargent.
Sargent to prepare a national system of education. उनको अपॉइंट किया ब्रिटिश ने कि वो नेशनल सिस्टम ऑफ एजुकेशन को प्रपोज करे, यूनिवर्सल मतलब सारे जगह पे उसका प्रपोजल दे, and compulsory and free education for the children between 6 to 14 years. Now you are getting, my student, that the children who are getting the free education from 6 years to 14 years was initiated before independence. It was initiated before
Independence.
हाँ, इंडिपेंडेंस. ये हमारा जो है एजुकेशन सिस्टम जो है नेशनल एजुकेशन सिस्टम विच इज फ्री फॉर द चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम 6 years to 14 years was before independence. It is not new. हाँ, और ये ब्रिटिश ने स्टार्ट करवाए थे. जॉन सर्जन को बोला था उन्होंने प्रिपेयर करने के लिए नेशनल एजुकेशन सिस्टम को, और उन्होंने ये प्रपोजल करवाया, सबसे प्रपोज कराया फॉर द यूनिवर्सल, सभी लोगों के लिए, भारत के सभी उन 6 से 14 वर्ष के विद्यार्थियों के लिए, बच्चों के लिए फ्री एजुकेशन at the age and all round development of the student, for the all round development of the students.
Student.
Are you getting, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. So most of the recommendation of this plan were implemented by the government of India after independence. बड़ी ताजुब की बात है कि ये इसमें से जितने भी एजुकेशन सिस्टम से उसको पूरी तरह से इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया अच्छी तरह से आजादी के बाद. कब इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया अच्छे तरीके से?
आजादी के बाद.
After independence. Now, this was the thing, and we came to know about the new things about the Vardha scheme of education initiated by Gandhi ji, and Indian University Act of 1904, which was related to see the growth of Indians in English education, because most of them are becoming revolutionaries. So Lord Curzon, a viceroy, he has given a system of education in every institution to find out the political revolutionary producing by the universities. Producing by the universities. आप आगे चल करके देखेंगे कि how your DAV colleges in Lahore and schools, they have also participated in the Revolutionaries Act of the Independence of India. So don't think that if I will give you the written work in the class, it does not mean that it is the thing that which you are facing very hard. And if you think that it is hard, it is simply to work out in writing purpose, and I know how to describe it. And when I give the explanation of it, you have to listen it. Understood? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We will discuss about the positive impact of British education in India. As already I've said you that every aspects have 2 points, merits and demerits. Merits and demerits.
Demerits.
So,
Demerits.
So let's talk about the positive impacts of the British education, in which yesterday I've said you to write down 5 points, but today I'm going to explain it. The English education, English language united the people of different region, and people now rose above the narrow regional prejudices and started thinking of India as their motherland. As all of us know that English is an international language. You know? Do you know
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
English is an international language, and once if you know English, you can go to any part of the world. Isn't it? So if we talk about the English language, which has started in our country. So we'll see that what was the positive impact of the British system of education, in which we talk about the English education, which has played a very great role in uniting the people of India from different regional or region, you can say. हमारे देश के हर कोने से लोग एकत्रित हुए अंग्रेजी लैंग्वेज के चलते हुए एक दूसरे से बात करने के में समर्थ हुए, क्योंकि अंग्रेजी एक ऐसी भाषा है जो मेरे ख्याल से भारत के अगर एक आंध्रा वालों को या केरला वालों को या चेन्नई वाले को अगर उनको तमिल आती है और एक केरला वाले को अगर मलयालम आती है और आंध्रा वाले को तेलुगु आती है, तो उनको दूसरी लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश आती है। कौन सी आती है?
इंग्लिश।
हाँ, आपने देखा होगा कि कोई भी मलयालम बोलने वाले लोग जो अगर वो मलयाली बोलते हैं तो उनको इंग्लिश भी आती है।
यस मैम।
और अगर वो कोई तेलुगु बोलता है या बंगाली बोलता है या उड़िया बोलता है तो उनको अंग्रेजी भी आती है।
यस मैम।
हाँ, माय डियर स्टूडेंट, आई थिंक सो यू आल्सो नो इंग्लिश एज ए लैंग्वेज। डू यू नो इंग्लिश? All of you can speak in English with me.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
But as we know that Hindi is our mother tongue, हमारी राष्ट्र भाषा है, तो हम उसको बोलते हैं कुछ चीजों को समझने के लिए, और ये एक अलग बात है. But English we all know and we all understand English. So this English has created a thinking of India as their motherland. Thinking in India as a motherland. कैसे बताओ कि अगर एक बिहार के लोग अगर केरला में जा रहे हैं तो वो वहां से लोगों से इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं, और अगर एक पंजाब का लोग अगर आंध्रा में आ रहे हैं तो वो इंग्लिश में अगर बात कर रहे हैं, अंडरस्टैंड कराने के लिए लोकल लैंग्वेज नहीं आ रहा है, तो सारे के सारे ये तो बोल रहे हैं ना, या वी बिलोंग टू इंडिया. व्हाट दे से?
We belong to India.
Yeah, we belong to India. And you know, we are living in India. We have our own one country which is known as India. And that time we are talking about that even there was no Pakistan and no Bangladesh before independence. There was no Pakistan and no Bangladesh. And so we all were Indians. Yeah, 1905 में जाके बंगाल विभाजन होता है हमारा, और 1947 में जाके पाकिस्तान अलग होता है, भारत और पाकिस्तान बनता है, भारत विभाजन होता है. Partition of India in 1947, and in 1905 we have seen the partition of Bengal, West Bengal. Isn't it? So we are talking that this English has created a motherland for the whole India. Those all were talking in English. They have united India as in one. Second point, a surge of nationalism spread in all parts of all section of India. ये इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज ने लोगों के मन में नेशनलिज्म की भावना लाई, राष्ट्रीयता की भावना लाई. कौन सी भावना लाई?
Nationalism.
या उसको हम कहते हैं हिंदी में राष्ट्रीयता की भावना, है ना. एक राष्ट्र, हाँ, चाहे वो जम्मू कश्मीर हो, चाहे वो कन्याकुमारी हो, या हमारा बांग्लादेश भी था हमारे अंदर में, तो बंगाल था, एक बहुत बड़ा क्षेत्र था बंगाल हमारा, बिहार था, उड़ीसा था. All were in one nation, that is called nationalism was followed, which was spread in all section of India. सभी लोग ये बात को मानने लगे थे. And it also created awareness about the ideals of equality, liberty, fraternity and democracy. I think so these words are not new for you. Ideal मतलब कि ये एक हमारे अंदर एक ऐसा अवेयरनेस ले आया इंग्लिश एजुकेशन ने. लोग अवेयर हो गए कि वी आर इक्वल. We need equality. What we need?
Equality.
Equality. We need liberty. हमें स्वतंत्रता भी चाहिए, हमें भाईचारा भी चाहिए. अगर एक बिहार और बंगाल के लोग भी आपस में एक दूसरे को भाई भाई कहेंगे, है ना, आज हम पाकिस्तान और भारत और पाकिस्तान आजाद भी पार्टीशन भी हो गया, देन ऑल्सो बी कंसिडर एज ए ब्रदरहुड इज देयर। तभी ना हम क्रिकेट मैच खेलते हैं।
Yes, ma'am.
जब बहुत, हाँ, भाई भाई हैं हम सारे, और हम हर चीज करते हैं। इवन वी हैव ए मैरिटल रिलेशंस विद देम, द इंडियंस। We are not talking about that. If some Muslims are there, so Muslims, Indian Muslims are having marital relations with the Pakistan. These words we can't use. We can use Indians are having a marital relations with the Pakistan also. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give me one great example of it? Harsh Chandra is that. Stop. Harsh Chandra is there. आज ये हर्ष चंद्रा कहाँ चला गया? नहीं है। Okay. Can you give me one great example of such that Indian got married to Pakistan? One female player is there, Sania Mirza.
Saina Nehwal.
Sania Mirza.
Sania
Sania
Mirza.
Mirza. She was Indian. We can't say that she was Muslim. And she got married to whom? She got married to whom?
Pakistani cricket
And
player.
Pakistani cricketer.
Cricket player.
Yeah. So there were such relations were there, and we can say that we have got the ideals of equality, liberty, fraternity and democracy. और हमारे अंदर प्रजातंत्र की भावना भी आई कि प्रजा ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। दूसरा पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट था, इट क्रिएटेड अवेयरनेस अबाउट द नीड ऑफ सोशल एंड रिलीजियस रिफॉर्म। हमने जब अंग्रेजी शिक्षा ले ली तो हमें हमारे मन में ये अवेयरनेस भी जागा कि हमें सामाजिक और धार्मिक रिफॉर्म की बहुत ज्यादा आवश्यकता है। We need social and religious reform, which is very urgent need. And you know, now we have come in such a situation that we can't. We can only see in the stories. We can only see in the stories about the sati pratha, about the child marriages, and about the dowry, and many other things we can see in the stories. These all are known as a social impurities, or you can say social destructions in our society, which has spoiled the social status of